enter the mind, like a flashlight I mentioned. The Bhavanga consciousness, Bhavanga Citta, vibrates for one thought's moment and pass away. So like a sawtooth, like a activation and depolarization, arising, enduring, and ceasing, like a bell-shaped curve. In a particular thought process, there arise various thought moments, which may be karma, like action. You have bias, perception, bias thought. You're going to end up with action that with your hidden agenda. So it will be karma, and karma, vipaka, the consequence of your action. You did with your bias. So you have to accept the consequence of your bias. Okay? Or it's you call vipaka, karma vipaka. When you talk about karma, it basically means karma vipaka, the consequence of your action. The Buddha described as karma simply means action. He said cetana is karma. Cetana means volition or intention is karma. So your hidden agenda make you do things, say things, or think in that way. That's how we act. He said, having will or intention, we act, speak, or think in that direction. So basically volition is karma, or in Thai called cetana kukam, or cetana kukam. Or kiriya. Kiriya means no hidden agenda. It's for the enlightened being. They work without bias. They just do what's beneficial to you or me and so on. He won't give anything in return. He doesn't want your reward. So this is how we perceive things in scientific terms, as well as what I just described, the 17th step. So suppose you see a lotus flower, two lotus flowers there. It goes through your lens of your eyes. It became upside down. So when you play with those holes, when you were young, the can with a hole in it, the focus in the back of the can. Okay, you see it upside down through your lens, and then it transmits through the optic tract to the back part of your brain, visual cortex there, optic tract, very fast. It becomes like activate retinal cells, rot in corn, became rhodopsin through chemical reaction, and became like electrical impulse transfer to the optic tract to the visual cortex. That's what we learned in medical school 40, 50 years ago. Very outdated. Yeah, that's the first three steps. From the resting mind become activated with the sight, Pita Pavang, Pankachalana, and so on. And then Pankacheta, and then there's eye contact, eye sense sphere being activated. And then it became eye consciousness. This is how neuroscientists said through a functional MRI scan. Pure perceptual processing. This is pure perception. Now we're talking about the back of your eyes. It's done there. That's what we learned. Visual cortex. No, but they found now it goes to superior temporal cortex. The next slide there. See that on the next picture. See the eye perceive it, and then there's sampatichanati. It transmits that impulse, electrical impulse, on the back of the brain to superior temporal cortex here to interpret it. Santiranacitta. Yeah, it how interpreted is through motion, color, position, movement, and shape. Okay, like you see, it's a parrot with different color and so on, and movement, flying, and position related to the surrounding and so on, the trees. So as you know, it's a bird, parrots. And then Votapanachit will decide, that's my parrot that lost last year or something, got lost there. It's still pure perception, but when you have bias, next step become conceptual processing. See, they describe this as different part of the brain being activated. It's still indirect because they work through blood flow of the brain. when it's activated, the blood flow just flow there more. So they know that part of the brain is being activated. It's still indirect, but it's pretty close. That's how we learn a lot lately, this past 30 years and so on, with the functional MRI scan. So then that interpretation becomes conceptual. That's my bird that got lost, my $500 parrot, or my $500 dog got lost there. My neighbor got it. Trouble. So it comes to the frontal cortex in the front on the very far left. That's, that deal with the thought. Or middle temporal gyrus, or inferior temporal gyrus, interpret it into your memory bank, your hippocampus, amygdala, deal with emotional memory. Okay, then maybe some action need to be done. So it's called Chavanajit, 7 steps. So you went through that conceptual, indulging, impulsion. Then this last 2 is the Talampanajit, that you register. That's 2. That's the last 2. Then there's some action that happened, follow. This is called thought process, 17 steps of Viticita, how the thought process arises. Coincidentally, for you to understand what I'm saying here, it also needs 17 parts of brain to understand that. Doesn't mean it's related to that. Then we generate karma, action. What should we do when we see this thing, the lost dog? Maybe the guy stole my dog there. So action needs to be done. A fist might be flying. It's like karma. Then you have to be karma be consequence of your action. Go to jail. So this is what they call house builder, craving. When you don't say the truth, craving arises, the cause of suffering. Craving is central desire, like or dislike. The Buddha calls house builder. He said, through the many births I roam, okay, without reward, without rest, seeking the house builder, which is karma, craving, tanha, painful is birth and again and again. So every time you're born, you always run this same thing, like a repeated movies, but yet we stuck to that. Around many births I roam, so without reward. Because you didn't see this craving, the house builder, which is the second noble truth. You crave essential desire, like and dislike. And he said, house builder, you have been found. You shall build no more houses. All your rafter broken, the rich pole destroyed, gone to the unconditioned, visankhara, or Nirvana, the mind.